Most days in one of the back streets of Nguiu, you'll find Greg and Nazareth singing on the veranda of the new home they are building together. Like any young couple in love, they're over the moon. They've just made the second biggest commitment in their lives. They've leased a block of tribal land and they're building their first home.
This is our house. This wall is coming out and we're getting bifold doors. So it folds back because that's how I want it, or we want it. And so it opens up just to allow space. I like space.
Nazareth and Greg's new home is located in Nguiu on remote Bathurst Island in the Arafura Sea. This is the first community to offer 99-year leases on their land. A new initiative that gives Indigenous people the opportunity to buy the home they're renting or build one they can finally call their own, which is a long way from how things used to be when Greg was growing up.
We lived in humpies in those days. Not until we moved in to the old homes, they called seagull houses. This is different. It's hard to describe.
A recent change to the Land Rights Act now enables traditional owners to lease land to a government authority, the Office of Township Leasing. But agreeing to lease that land wasn't an easy decision for the community.
People were concerned about Burum becoming a whitefella town. So in the agreement that only a maximum of 15% non-Tiwi residents can be living here. The other one was you're going to have a mini Hong Kong, high-rise buildings. And so they've got the rule in of buildings can't be any higher than 2 stories.
Last piece of the puzzle, mate.
With these guarantees in place, the leasing package looked good and offered a way to improve their community.
You can see what's happening at Nguiu, the improvements that are happening. But 3 years ago, for the 6 years up to then, there were 6 new houses built at Nguiu over 6 years. That's 1 new house a year. We had 53 condemned houses, but people were still living in most of those condemned houses because there was nowhere else to live.
So on 30th of August 2007, following many community meetings, traditional owners in Nguiu finally signed the head lease. This act provided the security of tenure required for couples like Nazareth and Greg to lease a plot of land and build their dream home.
Anyway, this is my kitchen, and this is my Gregory, and I designed my own kitchen. My microwave will sit up there, my oven will go there, and over here, this is where my burners are going to be, they're gas burners. So, yeah.
Helping locals realise the great Australian dream is the job of Penny Whedon from the Office of Township Leasing.
It's enabling Aboriginal people for the first time to make choices, whether they want to buy their own home or they want to go into public housing, and it's realising that they have choices and the great Australian dream like everybody else.
Another local who was quick to snap up a lease is Luke Tipyamantamiri, who with his wife Loreen chose not to build but to buy the home they were renting.
Welcome to my backyard. You know, it's not like backyard bliss, but this is going to be my veggie garden up here. And what we're looking at, this area here would be like, we're just talking about it, but we're trying to put a little swimming pool here. Up in the front there, we're going to put a barbecue.
Luke believes the leasing package is finally enabling investment and changing the way people in his community view home ownership.
I know that I own this. This area is my own. Buying the house, it made me more responsible. I haven't been out for weekends yet. Never had a break yet because I'm just looking after my own house, just cleaning up, mowing and helping wife, you know.
The leasing package includes community benefits like the upgrade of the local football field, construction of the Wellbeing Centre to care for people with mental illness, and repairs to the town cemetery. All this is stimulating the economy by creating jobs for locals like Sebastian.
They're going to be here for 18 months, the territory allowance. Then after that, then they're going to pass it on to us to maintain all the houses.
It's effective, on-the-job training that's transforming Nguiu.
And all the doors get replaced, the windows, Like there's gonna be a new kitchen. Give him what I got back to the community. Very, very important and a bit of a pride back.
And with so much building going on, these newly trained workers will have jobs for years to come.
They're not actually after any more than anyone else in Australia gets. You know, you go to any country town with 2,000 people down in Victoria, and you know they've got a hairdresser or a barber, and they've got a coffee shop, and they've got a little motel or beds, and they're all things that they want here. You know, you come back here in 5 years' times when majority of the housing is all but finished, and you'd like to think that the town's going to look $1 million.
And if business keeps booming, it just might. Township leasing is allowing the Tiwi Islanders to participate in the economic life of the nation by enabling local enterprises to grow.
We've managed to obtain a 40-year lease, and that gives us some surety that the Arts Centre will be able to remain here for that period of time to get us on board with the rest of Australia. Why should we be marginalised and be in a different segregated system? And we know that we're not going to get kicked out, and that's projects we want to undertake over short-term or long-term can be realised within those time frames.
It's a new lease on life that's inspiring everyone to plan for the future.
We're going to pay off the loan so we can move on to another project because Greg wants to set up a mobile coffee shop. So that's our next project.
First Tiwi to buy a block of land on his own land make me proud, because putting a house here is the main thing, and that's for my kids.
It's a fantastic feeling, and it's exactly how we want it. Yeah, we'll probably be in our house for a long, long time.